Milo's taking up the space.
He really is. But it's okay. That's where we can turn it. Okay. So, first and foremost, welcome to part two of Earth is Ghetto Presents. Our special guest, Jay, is so cool. I am Sydney.
And I am Aaron.
And we have Jay is so cool here.
Hi, I'm Jay So Cool. Back at it again. We didn't finish the last one, so I'm back at it to finish these last few.
Right. And being that this is a part two, we won't go into the whole mental health check-in and all that good stuff. So we're just gonna jump directly into the topics that we did not get to last time because we just kind of ran out of time. But this topic was actually yours, Jay is so cool. You said what about racism of white people interrupting black people when they are recording in public? I guess first and foremost, what made you put that topic on the roster?
All right. So as I've, sent you guys some videos, if you do want to check them out, that's all right. If you don't, it's okay. But I've been seeing a cluster of videos throughout 2025, more unusual than from what I've seen in the past. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys are all familiar of the sound on TikTok. If you're a black person, you're never really lonely because there'll always be a white person. Yeah, okay. So I've been seeing this sound like back to back, like crazily back to back, honestly, with the sound. And just in general, with more videos, cluster hell of videos. And it was just honestly making me thinking, like, I've experienced some of these situations in my real life, but to see this like become like a big huge thing over and over and over again to the point like it's a daily thing on my social media page. I mean, it's a daily thing on my For You page. To the point I'm just like, why are white people so obsessed with us so bad that anytime we record out in public, take a picture out in public, they're thinking that, oh my God, they're trying to destroy my social security number. Oh no, don't record me. Ma'am?
No, it happens so often.
It's weird. I also I've seen a video that really got me very triggered to even bring this topic. And it was a video pretty much where a black woman pretty much was just taking a picture. I mean, not taking a picture, but like recording a video pretty much of herself, a TikTok sound. And it was pretty much of her like saying like it was just pretty much of her like putting up a sound. It's so hard to confuse to say it, but she was basically just recording a video, just having like she had her video set up like this, and she was on the street, and there was white people like she was in the corner pretty much, and she was just minding her business, trying to just get the glam on TikTok and stuff like that, and there was white people walking by. This white man walked right in front of her, and she had to point at her camera like, "Sir,"
are you
like he tried to push in front of her, and she was like, "Sir, I'm sorry, do you see me not recording or something like that?" And he was like, "Oh," and then awkwardly walked off. And then another video pretty much that I also sent you guys, it just shows another video of a black couple pretty much. They were just getting off of an airplane flight pretty much, and they were just minding their business, and their family members were just recording pictures of them because apparently what I was understanding, some of them didn't see each other in a while, and these two couples were just hugging each other, and there was white people in the background, and they were pretty much staring. Everybody was staring, and it was like the movie It type of staring, type of shit. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on. Like, it felt to like almost like AI for a second, but it was actually fucking real. They were just desperately staring down. Everybody was staring down so badly at them, like, okay. And it's just like they're just witnessing black joy. It's like anytime they see black joy, they feel like they have the need to rob it because they don't see it going on in their lives. They don't see it happening in their lives. So when they see another marginalized group of people, which is ourselves, that are the most oppressed, that they hate so much, they get jealous of us when we're just basically enjoying our existence, feeling like we don't need white people to breathe in this world and just feel free.
Aaron?
Yeah, I agree. They're not used to. They're so used to being miserable because they are a plague on the earth. So, and misery loves company, right? So, And then on top of that, they do have main character syndrome. So if they see you trying to get a spotlight on yourself, they always have to include themselves. They are very self-centered.
in whatever it is that they're doing at the time. And I think that, black queer people, I think, obviously go through this when it comes to white people regularly. But as we saw in the grocery store with that young man with the banging ass body, where this random black woman was like, just like upset. I'm like, girl, like it was really actually scary. Um, because if he were to go ahead and fight back, it would be like, how could you put your hands on a woman? And that is so fucking dangerous. It's basically saying, guess what? You have to take it. You have
Hmm.
to take it because you are not because simply because you're not straight. God forbid you're trans. God forbid you have any other type of intersecting quality. Um, and I feel like I understand why more black queer people, especially, are like, staying home.
Hmm.
I mean, to be honest with you,
Exactly.
people of every color, I don't are like, man, my home seems a whole lot safer. ICE is outside, white people outside, the police is outside. Everybody who is trying to hurt me is outside. It seems like
Hmm.
the inside of my house seems to be the safest place for my ass to be. And
Barely
it's,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
Apparently that, because remember Breonna
And
Taylor?
rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. Because
Mm-hmm.
honestly, barely that. Like your home will not save you, and her whole story lets you know that. Um, but I feel like black people in general are constantly feeling like they are under a microscope, under attack. It's like you want to wear our faces and our skin color and our accents and anything else that you can find because it's entertaining. But you know, it's really disgusting because we're only allowed to exist for their entertainment. Once you are no longer entertaining them, and this is whether you are black and gay, whatever. Once you stop performing, that's when it could actually get dangerous for you. And I understand that we laugh at it and be like, oh, when a black person is never really lonely. Like, we can make light of it because that's what we do as a people. But at the
Just like
same
mm-hmm.
time, I feel like it almost invalidates the seriousness
Hmm.
of how dangerous it is to go outside, where we kind of look at it as like these flippant moments of crazy stupidity from white people, and not
Constantly
like,
patrolled.
and right, you know what I mean, and not Tamir Rice, not Emmett Till, not, you know what I'm saying, like we're not seeing it as people actually losing their lives. Then I think that's kind of where the inherent problem lies with that.
Hmm.
We joke too much.
Yeah, we like to memify everything,
Yeah,
and and we're still doing it with the elections and
we're
with
doing it with
and with
everything,
everything.
we're doing it with it's unfortunate because instead of it being like talking about victims and people who have lost their lives or people who have just been victimized, instead we're talking about the how cute the meme was and how funny that video was, and like I feel like we don't look at the seriousness of it because we are constantly kind of talking about it like it is an acceptable everyday occurrence.
Hmm.
And I think that's the issue I have with it because it's not acceptable at all. Now it's normal, sadly, but it doesn't mean it should be occurring.
Yeah, that shit is pretty disturbing. And another thing I also noticed, when you look in these comments, you tend to obviously a lot of them are just AI white people, but clearly, you look in these comments and black people will just do nothing at all. They wouldn't be the villain. They are not even recording them. They're just minding their business. And the first thing white people are ready to do is say that, oh my God, you were recording them. Oh my God. But what about you? People get the right to exist. It's not your world. Oh my God. It's not their world either. They were interrupting them and harassing them pretty much. Like you generally will see videos pretty much of them just having their camera stand up, pretty much obviously recording a camera, recording a picture, making a picture of themselves, and here come a white person walking in front of them. They're not even on the main like street. It's so aggravating because it's just like you will see these comments over and over again and justifying it. And then when you see videos where it's the verse and opposite of a white person recording a black person, then all of a sudden it's, oh well, that person needed to be like that person was kind of scaring that woman. So that was like I understand why he had to record it for her safety. Like it's so aggravating so much.
No, it is because we have no problem videotaping homeless people so that we can get some clout because we gave them a meal. We don't care about, you know what I'm saying? We are God's the whole God's Plan music video. It doesn't for some reason it's totally okay to videotape somebody when they are at their absolute lowest. Especially because if you're unhoused, they don't even think of you as people anyway. I heard a story the other day where there was this, and this is a white guy in fucking England who was homeless, but he had actual money to get a room, and they denied him. Mm. They literally told that man, your money's not good here because you came from a homeless shelter.
Wow.
Which, by the way, that's kind of what hotel rooms are in the first place. Everybody is homeless, and in that one night or 2 nights or a week, they don't have a place to go. That's why they got the hotel in the first place. But for some reason, there's suddenly a hierarchy. Mm-hmm. Again, it doesn't surprise me. I just wish that we would take it a little bit more seriously when it's happening.
They said you're homeless right now. You're looking for a hotel, but we also want to make sure that you are still
participating in the
system, still a productive member of society.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. You know? Yes. But okay, so let's go ahead, and this one's gonna be a little bit of a bigger topic. So what do y'all know about the terrorist attack that the US committed in Nigeria? And I really hate to bring up MAGA Minaj, but you know, they basically used the GOP basically used Nicki Minaj to talk about the attacks on Christians in Nigeria, a Christian country, by the way. I think it's mostly Christian than Muslim, or maybe it's half and half, but let's keep that for real, right? And they just want, and because we're such a Christian country over here, quote unquote, they basically used Nicki Minaj to fearmonger so that a terrorist attack in Nigeria would be easier for the American people to swallow. It was kind of like, remember when on one of the podcasts we was talking about Netanyahu and how he was basically giving a play-by-play on how to get your population to not care if he blew up a bus full of children. Mm-hmm. This is the playbook. You demonize a community and make it seem like they need your help. Of course, who else can help us but the white man? And then you have it really is quite evil because Nicki Minaj is just another puppet, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But the reason it's so evil is because you are a black woman speaking to black people to get them on the side of white supremacy.
Yep.
And I don't really think there's any excuse for that type of evil. Truly not. Obviously, the bitch been evil, but globally evil is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So the US went ahead and, under the guise of trying to protect the Christians, went ahead and just committed a terrorist attack against Nigeria. Within the next few weeks, we kidnapped the president of Venezuela. And you know what else I actually learned today? First of all, shout out to the Venezuelans who are trying to make sense right now, and who actually have an idea of what history is has actually told us about everything that's happening. And this is reminiscent of Haiti in 1986, I believe, when they decided to go ahead and knock off a president and install one of their cronies instead. And I had to ask myself, when was the last time American intervention in another country was actually helpful to that country?
Mm.
And that's the question I'm going to extend.
Jay is so cool. You can go first.
I know this might sound a little cynical, but how when I heard about the Princess Venezuela thing kidnapping, like literally 2 weeks after, I was thinking to myself, this sounds like a familiar movie I've seen in my childhood, and that was The Princess Diaries, because the names sound a little too familiar. I don't. I was like, hold on.
I was about to say Black Hawk Down. Which movie is it?
I was like, I could have sworn I see Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez in this. Wait a minute.
Moldova. Like how we?
But yeah, Nicki Minaj condoning what's going on over there is just, it's really, yeah, it's very disappointing and disgusting to literally just sit here and not only be known for pretty much defending your predatory brother, including your husband that has been on a that has been on a registry list illegally for like
and
quite
just
some
and
time.
just to pause, not just defending her brother who was raping his stepdaughter, who I don't even think was 13 years old. She didn't just get a lawyer for him. She didn't just write a letter, which, by the way, all very egregious things to do on the behalf of a rapist. This is not, this is why I don't, regardless of the fact that I may forgive y'all, Black Barbs, I forgive y'all. That was insane. That was a crazy ride the last 20 years with y'all bitches bitching the way you be bitching, right? Okay, cool.
It's
But the forgiveness that I don't have is the fact that non-consensual sex is not the place that you drew the line, because in your mind you didn't want to go ahead and hold her accountable for the actions of men, but you weren't even trying to hold her accountable for her own fucking actions. That's all.
Yeah, like it's really disturbing on how Barb's will just go to some weird, stupid level to defend Nicki for a lot of things. Like, honestly, at this point, it didn't take SA for y'all to take it serious, and it didn't take pretty much blackmailing somebody and even doxing somebody for y'all to stop basically taking what this woman says serious. This woman has allowed y'all to get away with basically committing crimes. Her music, but to just go out of your way and idolize them to this disturbing level is very disgusting, because now y'all pretty much are now going to have no choice to probably defend her that now has blood on her basically foot, defending a crime, a very disturbing, evil war crime right now. I don't know how are you going to get out of that. I don't know what album is going to solve this to make y'all forget this era of her. Baby, I don't know. It's
I can tell you what it is. They do not care.
Insane, okay?
They truly don't, and which is why it took her.
Definitely don't.
Yeah, no, that's why it took her being like, I hate the gays. Just be a boy. A boy. Be a boy. Okay, Pinocchio. What the fuck? Who are you talking to, bitch? Like I was so I was so done with Geppetto. Like she was getting on my fucking nerves. Like I'm so done with her. And I've been done with celebrity in general, and that's why it pisses me off as the fans. I don't even care about what Nicki Minaj does, but sadly there's a huge chunk of my community that does. And those are the people I do care about. You think I hate y'all, Barbs, and really I'm just sad for you and would like you to go ahead and find yourself I would like you to find yourself some prayer. And not to whoever the fuck that y'all bitches be praying to. Find someone else to pray to with someone with better morals. That's all.
You have black gay men out here saying, well, you know what, maybe Trump isn't too bad, or there's nothing wrong about some people are Republicans, some people are not. Like, you know, that's okay. Black gay men living in the settler colonial state, which is the United States of America, saying that Trump isn't too bad because this is how strong parasocial relationships are.
Oh, and just to get back to Venezuela, I just want to let everybody understand how much of an idiot Mango Mussolini really is. Because he went ahead and decided to kidnap this man so he could get oil from Venezuela because he was waiting on ExxonMobil. He was waiting on BP. He's waiting on Chevron, all to go ahead and invest in getting the oil out of Venezuela. And now none of them will invest. Why? Because it would be too expensive for them to try and farm the fucking oil. So what did you kidnap this man for? I think I have an idea why. And this is all hearsay and falderall, balderdash, and whatnot. Okay? These are just the things that I've been thinking. Every single time this man decides to say, I'm cutting the funding to something that is super needed, I think people are like all up in arms, like, how could he do this? And all I have to say is, I think that nigga already spent the money.
Oh my God.
Clock it. Clock it.
I think that nigga spent the money already. And now he got to look for some shit that he don't give a fuck about to be like, we're cutting the funding. You're fired. Like it's a fucking apprentice. Like I truly think that's exactly what is happening. And this is the issue, right? We're looking at, if this was on some hood shit, we seeing a scamming ass nigga scam. Usually, if this had been a black man, we would have been like, we would have told Peanut, Ray, and them to go about their goddamn business and stop trying to sell us your soup. We would have told them some shit, right? But because this is an orange man who looks like he is melting with a vagina neck, we feel like, hey, you must have some type of know-how. Like if a black man go broke, right, and don't have no money, you just a broke ass nigga. When this nigga filed for bankruptcy, he's a genius. You have to understand. And when a scamming ass nigga is scamming, the only thing they thinking is how am I going to go ahead and fill this deficit that I've already taken from? I got to make it political. I stole from y'all niggas. I got to make this look good. So what do you do but sing to your base? Look at all these pories with their childcare. And then you shut down all child care benefits to every single fucking state.
Yep.
It's terrifying.
So, and this is why I think people need to understand that this is not just comedic, right? Because it is hilarious. However, it's also our real lives that this nigga is fucking with. So it's a little scary to me how we are taking this Venezuela shit very much lying down. We are taking this ICE shit very much lying down. And the reason why I say that, and this is not to disregard the people who are out there and doing the work, but that is not happening in mass. In mass, you know what we're doing? In mass, we are going to work. I'm looking for a job right now because I got to pay bills. I got 20 days to find out how I'm going to pay rent. I got no money coming in. But that's by design. And I have to tell myself that shit sometimes. It's by design. Think about it. You were either going to sign up for ICE and be a part of the ops, or you going to go broke, get evicted, go homeless, and then go to jail to become a slave of the state. Because now homelessness is criminalized. You're not allowed to just be homeless. And And I feel like I don't understand how people don't realize all of this is connected. And seeing Venezuelans celebrate. Now, I just want to make this clear. From what I hear and what I've read,
influence from Western media.
President Maduro's a horrific ass nigga. That's what I hear. I don't know. I don't live there. But you know what I do know? That America has done this time and time and time again under the guise of help, when truly they have been the wolf in sheep's clothing. Every single fucking time. So forgive me for thinking that this don't look right. That's all.
They are also sorry, go ahead.
Oh. And then you got people on TikTok right now sitting here being like, especially ones from the other countries, Americans and other people in other countries going back and forth with each other, like, oh, how would you Americans like it if we kidnapped your president? Even though, maybe, is this a president? This is our Christmas present or something like that? And then you got people literally saying, oh, that's not going to solve anything. Y'all didn't even like your president anyway, even though you're misunderstanding what the hell the topic is about. Nobody should be kidnapping anybody. Nobody should be committing war crimes in general. I don't think y'all, like, this is why I cannot stand, this is why I understand why y'all call it the Earth is Ghetto. Because everybody, regardless of Western society or anywhere, y'all really don't want to just basically just simply talk. Y'all don't want to pay attention to each other's politics. Y'all don't want to care about anybody else but your damn self, instead of focusing on the fact that we're living in a dictatorship. And y'all are inspired by America and Israel. And they're the main people that are basically, mind you, places, both of those places are colonized. They stole those places. Those places were never originally the name at all.
At all?
Y'all are not helping each other.
Like most of the Western world.
Yes. You're not caring for each other. You don't care about anything. Y'all want to argue. Y'all want to see who's more smarter, who's more bigger than each other, instead of actually helping each other. It's very embarrassing. And it's like, at this point, let that Astro hurry up.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, for the liberals who don't do nothing but vote every 4 years are saying, oh, see, this wouldn't happen in the Kamala. Yes, it would.
Yes.
The United States have had a very long history with Venezuela. This is nothing out of nowhere. Trump said in 2020 that he was going to go after that man and kidnap him. Like, he said these things out loud. But her emails, Hillary Clinton, yes, those emails are pretty damn important, because it once again exposes how we are a settler colony, imperialist state. There's a lot of the shit that we are going to do is in those emails, just out loud. So for Democrats to say, oh, well, he did this without Congress approval. So you're saying that it would have been okay if Congress said yes to it? You're saying it out loud, like, okay, so it's okay if we imperialize, but do it the right way. Do it with some decorum.
Do it through the right bureaucratic channels.
And that's how liberal, that's what it is. Yep. And y'all need to just wake up and realize that. Oh, well, Trump is not doing anything that the Democrats don't want to happen as well. Because at the end of the day, when Netanyahu came to Congress, they both gave him a standing ovation.
Which, by the way, after what has happened, I need you to understand the amount of evil it takes to be able to stand up and applaud a man who is probably singularly responsible for the death of, I'm sorry, I believe the numbers, that is about 800,000 people. You kill almost 1 million kids. Especially consisting of 60% of the population is under the age of like 25.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's disgusting, the fact that at times like these, we are so gung-ho about our own side that instead of trying to figure out what's right, we just get political instead of being like, hey, those people that were in that country didn't deserve anything that this dictator was doing. But you having another dictator to come in and take out that dictator just so they can put in another dictator and steal your shit is not the answer, and not something that you should be celebrating. I feel like you need to pick up a history book so you can figure out what happened in Vietnam, what happened in Haiti, what happened in like I could sadly list almost every country in the hemisphere because almost nothing has gone without Anglo-Saxon intervention.
Well, that's why we need to vote Democrats for midterms
Okay.
because y'all didn't get your ass up and vote.
Okay, so this is
mind you, if we have a midterms, let me say this again. If we have a midterms, I promise you, with whoever you vote for that works for the state, who happens to be a Blue Klans member, will not give you what you are asking for because the goal of a settler colony is to do what we are doing, what we've been doing. Venezuela. Now he's talking about fucking. Now Greenland. If he takes Greenland, then yeah. Now we definitely in World War III for real.
No,
they already out there.
Yo, they
But
said
Greenland.
They said if you come, we coming. So I really hope we leave Greenland alone.
And then you kidnapping Russians, so it's like stop fucking playing, like,
bruh. It's getting so. I feel like people don't realize that this nigga is playing with our lives. I don't know why average people don't see it like that. We can't get free healthcare, but Israel can. While we overtax you, while we overcharge you, while there's no kind of social or just or community efforts that are going to be there and available to help you. You got Zohran Mamdani, who just introduced universal childcare. Here's the bullshit. You're going to introduce universal childcare, which, by the way, I am going to admit it's going to be so helpful for New Yorkers. Oh my fucking God. But this is also a nigga that I have to continue to side eye because he also said that a resistance regime, Hamas, are evil. Not somebody to be supported. Even though Israel is responsible for creating Hamas in the first place.
And I want y'all to also know that that mindset is the reason why a lot of y'all are still saying things like violence is not the answer after what we just saw happen to Renee. Can't think of her last name.
I think
people are still saying, well, violence is the answer because y'all have been conditioned to think that resistance against the empire equals a terrorist.
It was Renee recall.
That's right? The goal of the empire is to spread.
When the goal of empire is literally to terrorize.
But again, because we spend billions on propaganda, billions on propaganda, when we say things like, well, you know, the only good Nazi's a dead one. Oh my God, you can't say that. He had a family. No, fuck
Charlie Kirk's family. Like, you think I care?
They're better off without him, and because of his family, if his son grows up to be one, he gonna be two.
Like I won't care.
Well.
So we need to get out of that. Oh, well, violence is not the answer. Okay, well, this it surely is the solution.
You know what? If you think violence isn't the answer, tell them that shit first, and then we'll follow.
Do you know what country you live in?
I listen.
And stop thinking that you can get freedom from a country that is designed to kill, a system that is designed to kill can never liberate you. So stop with this reform bullshit.
I am trying to dismantle. I'm not trying to heal what's sick. I'm trying to eradicate the disease.
And stop thinking that law enforcement, oh, well, we need, look, law enforcement is standing up against ICE. The law enforcement is still colonial. They are not here to protect you.
They're literally like, no, you can't kill them. That's on my time.
Slave patrol enforcement. They are not here to protect you. They're here to protect capital and the ruling class and private property. Which that needs to be abolished. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Just saying. I just think that when I'm really just sick and tired of America painting themselves out to be some type of hero. We are not heroes. We are terrorists. And if you work for the military, you sadly, by just being a part of this government, is also a terrorist to other countries. And I know that's a horrific thing for anybody to hear, but it's it's also the truth. If you've been stationed in Yemen, you've been stationed in North Korea, you've been like you're here like, oh, the Houthis are coming. My nigga, you're not on the right side of history. And you never will be. And so when I see things happening, whether it's Nigeria or whether it's Venezuela, I honestly feel for the people that we are terrorizing. And I also feel like, and I know this is going to sound so strange, but I also feel really sorry for the brainwashed military that is really going in thinking that they're doing something right because we've been telling this story about ourselves. That's why I can't put all the blame on them. We've been memorializing and like and legendizing. I don't know if that's even a word. America for so fucking long. Where we're always the good guys and we're just always here to help. When in reality, you're just a pawn. You're a pawn for
Yeah.
profit. You talk about sex workers, but you truly sell your body. When sex workers, at least if it's not, sex workers aren't supposed to be going through violence, right? They at least get their bodies back when done correctly. You don't ever get yours back. You could be blown out of a plane tomorrow. Learn how to use your dick and walk again. You don't know what could happen, but that's what you're giving to the government so that you could go ahead and carry out the wishes for the state. But instead, they tell you that you're protecting America. You got to know how sick that is.
By quote unquote spreading democracy, which we know what that means, regime change.
Don't that sound like what missionaries used to tell themselves before they went to places and spread disease?
So that we can install the next puppet, so that we can continue to sustain power of the global market, because that's what it all comes down to in this fucking country.
It's all about profit. It's all about them getting as much money as they can that they can't even spend in their fucking lifetime. Well, got to end on a positive note. We're live anyway. So,
are we out of time?
I don't know.
Are we out of time for my next one?
Oh, the last topic, yes. The queer community needs to start viewing being queer as beauty instead of a subscription service that you're forced. Yeah, absolutely. I was actually just about to give you the floor, but
okay, sorry. I'm sorry because
I was like, you took it for me. I'm like, go ahead.
we're almost at 4:00, and I know you guys don't. You guys stop around that time, so I was just
yeah, no worries. But yeah, this is our last topic. But I'm giving you the floor. Go for it.
Okay, so the reason why I want to bring this topic up pretty much is because of the fact that I have been noticing an interesting amount of a lot of queer people that are in the younger generation, especially, but most in general, just a lot of queer people. I'm kind of getting now sick and tired of the respectability politics in the LGBT community at this point. I dare say it's more worse than the Black community's respectability politics crap, because the way we can't just be queer in peace without feeling like we have to play by some type of rules. We have to be some type of existence just to like please straights as people, and it's annoying because it's at this point. Just say that you want to be picked by the straights as picked by straight people, and just shut the hell up. Because at this point, I'm getting tired of every time, anytime during Pride Month, anytime during just any discourse about us online in general, like we can't just be ourselves in peace. We can't just enjoy and have a good time without y'all basically sitting here saying, oh, y'all over sexualizing yourself. Y'all see, this is why straight people can't take us seriously. Oh my God, not everything has to be gay. Girl, don't you ever let those words come out your motherfucking mouth, first of all. Second of all, I really like every time it's like we can't even talk about sex for 5 fucking minutes. With like it won't even be anything that has nothing to do with something that is centering around like, oh, it's not appropriate to talk about it around children. Obviously, it's not. But because a lot of these young queer people are obviously young and they're in these on these internet discourses, it's like obviously, why are you even talking about what we're talking about right now? Focus on your books. Go get fit, folks. Get ready for school tomorrow and get out the business right now. What we're talking about, Because anytime we talk about something, like, because like, why are you in the conversation about bottom and tops right now? Exactly. And a lot of them, in general, I think it's very interesting and weird how a lot of people in the younger generation, like, I know this sounds a little intense, a little bit of a take, but some of us need to get more active out in our, like, we need to go find queer people outside of the internet, because the way we think that our existence is like an algorithm, and it's really weird because it's just like, no, honey, we are real people. Let's stop acting like we are robots for the internet. Like, it's absolutely weird how we literally will just treat every little thing as it's something that, I don't know, it's just like something that we cannot just basically have a normal conversation about, chat about, without people sitting here lacking nuance during the conversation. Like, for example, the trans men can't be lesbians crap. And I was just confused when I first heard that. I was just like, why does that even matter to y'all? One. Like, that's a weird conversation to just like sit here and just center yourself in saying, oh no, they can't. They're men. They're men. It's like, okay, I get it. You have a very puritanical relationship with purity culture. I get it. But for Christ's sake, can you just like shut up for 1 second and let some of the people, the older generation, explain to you? Y'all are not, a lot of y'all were born literally after the first season of Queer as Folks and during like a couple of years during the L Word seasons. I don't want to hear anything about what you think that an older queer person knows about our history, because at the end of the day, baby, they are part of our history. They're literally almost closer to our ancestors at this point. I don't like the amount of books anytime you have to recommend to people about the whole trans men can be lesbians. It's just weird as hell, because it's just like, we recommend y'all a lot of stuff. Y'all don't sit down and listen. You just think that, oh, well, it's like, I think it's just over. Like, I think you're basically just like men jumping to our community and be predators and stuff like that. And it's like, baby. Shut up and listen to your elders for once. Like, shut up and listen to your people. Like, stop making it seem as though that every little fucking thing that comes around in the queer community is basically just centering some type of misogyny. In reality, it's not. You're basically not listening to what's going on in here. You're not paying attention. You're literally just lacking a lot of nuance. And it's embarrassing, because it's just like, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you knowing that you're obviously not even 18 yet. Like, I'm not going back and forth with you about our history, when you simply, there's a library not even that far from a child. All right, the libraries are always open for you. It don't matter what age you are. You can get a library card. You can go find your history and go read some books. It's like, please stop treating this as it's a complete description service. All right, it's not a description service. It's like, we need to treat queerness as it is a freeing thing. Why do we have to basically center straight people every single time? Why do we have to play by some type of society norm every fucking moment? It's ridiculous. It's weird as hell, pretty much. And then when it comes down to actual serious conversations, then those serious conversations, like, for example, pretty much gay men, pretty much that are feminine, are less accepting in the dating era than the ones that are masculine are more accepting in the dating era. Like, I made a video talking about pretty much like, hey, because like I've seen people like made a discourse about some people thinking that some gay men date each other that looks a little similar to them, and I was just like, okay, now I can understand to some level on how maybe that could be a little weird to some people, because it's like, if they look like your sibling or a family member, okay, especially I can understand. Yes, I can understand how that could be a little weird. But if they look exactly like them, maybe, I ain't gonna lie. But hey, you want to date somebody look like you, honestly, you want to date looks like somebody that look like a clone of you, whatever. Honestly, that's you. As long as you're a consenting adult, who cares? I really don't care, honestly. But people love to center stuff like that into conversations where I'm talking about actual serious things. And I'm like, baby, this ain't something serious. I don't know how this is hurting, and this is very rare. And most of the time, y'all compare people that don't even look like each other together, and it's just like, okay, all right. It's like, at this point, babe, a lot of us need to like start to remember pretty much what place we're in this community. We need to stop acting like we are in a complete, we're acting like we're in a Walmart pretty much, and we're talking about Walmart products. No, baby, we're talking about human lives. We're talking about human rights in a community. You're surrounding yourself around actual people and their experiences. Like, let's not forget that. Like, it's like every year, it's like we see a lot of MAGA young queer people come on social media twice and twice again, and even ones that claims that, well, I'm a liberal, okay, and you're still deeply conservative as hell with these belief systems y'all love to throw on social media. It's very embarrassing, and it's like, I get it, you're young, you're learning, and it's understandable, but please understand as you get older that this is not going to always be your type of norm. This isn't always going to be logically making sense to you, because you're going to have to think a little deeper than this, than just thinking that every single thing you see that goes on in our community is just promoting some type of, culture that just does not involve somebody's consent. When in reality, some of these are not actual harming people. Some of our experiences, like I even like, we'll see people will justify situations like where trans women are not passing, to like some trans girls will just basically bully other trans girls for not passing. And it's just weird as hell, because it's just like, baby, every one of us in this queer community besides trans people can get clocked no matter what. It's very weird, like, to sit here and say stuff like this. Like, there's two trans women out there that don't care about passing. There's trans women that are struggling to passing because of patriarchy. You so happen to be a white woman that's passing, and you think that you have the opportunity to bully others and say, oh, why are you not on SRT? You're not taking your SRT right. Baby, it's not your business on how they're passing.
Focus if you don't want to pass.
Yeah, and if passing passing comes with pride. It comes with happiness if what you want out of your body and your life. So bullying people and harassing people and treating every little thing like, oh, you're basically making the streets more angry at us. It's just embarrassing. Like, please grow up. Please grow up. This is not that type of community where you can basically just center whiteness and just white supremacy all the time. No. Get over it and grow up. Yeah, and that's all I got to say about it.
Look, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, I don't even have anything to add, other than I really do hope, especially for Black queer people, I really hope that there is some type of awakening. And it doesn't have to be spiritual. Shout out to all of my Black queer atheists. But I think there needs to be an awakening of self, especially when it comes to things like this. I think that we talk about chasing reality all the time, and how absolutely, like, especially me, you were more prepared for all of the bullshit they were about to say. I would be calling you on a regular basis, like, Aaron, did you hear? And you'd be like, I bet that.
Like, yeah,
and I'm like,
this happens.
I'm like,
unfortunately,
why is she calling this bitch a brick? We all got dicks here in this room. Like, what's happening? And it doesn't matter, because guess what? My shoulders are more slender. I already had my feminization surgery. I already did all of these things, and you aren't willing to do the things that I'm willing to do to pass, when this all comes down to economics and how much money a lot of people have.
I still get validation from cisgender people. Look at me and look at you. I still get validation from, like, the heteronormativity of it all.
Yep.
In a heteronormativity system, I'm still getting validated for that. That's what it's like. I can pass. We know what that means.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that's why for straight people it can be so confusing, because it's like, wow, there's this box that I have been living in and I've had no choice but to live in. So how dare you decide to go ahead and do something outside of everything that I have been told? And they don't want to go ahead and label it as jealousy, but that's really what it boils down to. You're just upset that you wanted to express yourself and no one ever gave you the space. And there's this whole group of people who were also not given the space but decided to take it anyway. And that, to me, lets me know that's I think that's one of the reasons why there is so much jealousy coming from that side. But I also realize, especially when it comes to other Black queer people hating on other Black queer people, no fats, no femmes, no this, all this other stuff. It's like we want to take on the heteronormativity of othering. You're not like me. I don't feel like you understand that's the same thing as saying you're one of the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
You're not far. You're right there. You're right fucking there. So one thing I do hope is that in general, that there is an awakening of self-love for Black people in general, but specifically because I'm biased for Black queer people. I feel like the lack of self-love that we have for each other that we have for ourselves turns into a very intense hatred for one another, the ones who don't pass, the ones who don't fit inside the box. I'm seeing people get viscerally upset because this nigga not following the rules. And you just don't want to look at it like that. You're like, hey, there were these rules that society set out for me, and I decided, yes, I'm trans, but I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to reach that. Yes, I'm gay, but I'm going to do everything I possibly can to reach that. How dare you not work as hard as I am to be accepted, Flame Monroe? How dare you not work as hard as I have for hetero acceptance? And I hate to say it, but COON. That's what we're dealing with. Sadly, and I hate to go ahead and just label y'all all coons, but I don't know what else to say when you are willing to look at other Black queer people in the face and tell them that they are not good enough because they don't hit a metric that was given to you by white supremacy in the first place.
I experience this all the time because of the fact that I go by he and they, because I'm born cis and I also go by non-binary. And I do notice a lot of trans women sometimes when they come on my page and they find out that I'm a femboy. A lot of the times, it's understandable for some people to be shocked by it, but I don't really care so much about it because I know what my gender is at the end of the day, and I will correct people. But I've had some, even Black cis straight women as well too, literally make it seem as though because I'm competing with them because of the fact that I am somehow passing as a cis woman. I know I was passing as a cis woman, even when even my hyperpigmentation was looking a mess back in 2023. I know I was passing as one. And until recently, I was just like, girl, what? I'm sorry, what? And everybody kept misgendering me. I'm like, leave me alone. And some people were just like, oh, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. No, it is not. Please stop. It's not funny. It's like, I don't care about the competition you're working in. I know who I am. I don't need a competition, baby. I am the competition. If I want to be jealous, and I'm not going to be jealous enough and join into that when in reality I am it. Okay?
Mm-hmm. And honestly, damn right. And I just need more people to have more pride about themselves and who they are as people. I'm seeing a lot of Black queer people who are trying real hard to assimilate. I think it's the same thing that when you see a lot of like Latinos for Trump, y'all tried really hard to assimilate and got nothing for it. Gays for Trump. Anybody, I'm sorry. We already know that the Democrats are absolutely awful, but at least they try to lie.
Mm-hmm.
The GOP party has never lied to you about who the fuck they are. They said, we hate you, nigga. We hate you, nigga. We hate you, nigga. They said that shit real clear. The Democrats are just like, we love the niggers and we love the gays.
Let's just vote for it first.
And I feel like what kills me is the fact that you've got queer people. You already know that you're gonna have people who are gonna fall for the Democrat bullshit because at least it looks like they're on their side.
Mm-hmm.
When you falling for Republican bullshit, it's like you openly are not on your own.
Yep.
At least the other one lied to you. What's your excuse?
Right. Roaches for raid.
Roaches for fucking raid. Niggas for bleaching things.
Right.
My God.
Like that's what it's
Not
given.
roses for raid.
Slugs for salt. Like you know, like
and salt.
like that's what it's given.
You're like, girl, who says this for somebody? Acid for skin. Like, nigga, you didn't want it? Like, nah, I'm not. I'm not.
You didn't want it.
You didn't want. Like, I want mine. Shit. Like, no, like, it is beyond. But I think that I am hoping the more that this is an open conversation, because I'll be honest with you, this is gonna sound real harsh, but if you are a queer person who's just like, I used to be for Trump and then I learned some things. First off, I'm proud of you. Secondly, I still don't want to be your friend. And the reason is not because you're inherently a bad person, but sadly, I think you're inherently a stupid one. Because that means this man didn't even have to tap dance for you. The Democrats at least be tap dancing. They put Meg Thee Stallion on stage. They go and they tell you to shake ass for it. We all pretending we male birds, just, putting on a show, right? The GOP has never put on a show for you bitches. Mm-hmm. You thought Reagan was putting on shows? You thought Nixon was putting on shows? You thought George Bush was putting on shows? They never have. They let you know how much they hated you openly. Now, if you come to me and say that you didn't see it, I hate to say, that's even worse. Because if you saw it and thought, you know what, this is right, then that makes sense to me. You thought what he was saying was right. You just missed it completely? Mm. You said, oh, what that over there? That's what you said?
Right.
Child. Yeah, nah, baby. And listen, again, I am proud of anybody who is trying their best to deconstruct, right? I'm always going to be proud of that, especially for Black queer people. It doesn't matter what level you're on, but I don't want to be your friend because it feels dangerous to be friends with somebody so easily fooled. It feels like you may put me in a situation that I really may have to fight for my life. It's the same reason that I don't make friends with prior pick-me's. Oh, I used to be a pick-me. I'm better now. Well, I hope you find friends to be better towards. Because I'm not going to give you the opportunity to go ahead and do that for me.
Like, you might as well just take that shit to the grave. Don't even sit here and tell people.
No, I'm not even going to say that because we need to know. You need to know who's around you, so you need to know who not to be around. Continue to tell the fucking truth. But just know that doesn't mean that anybody owes you understanding, especially coming from where you're coming from. I'm sorry. If Brian McKnight today said, I'm delivered, I'm still not giving that nigga a chance. You really told that nigga that I have a one Brian McKnight. Psych. No, I don't. And you made another one. You're evil. You're evil. And just because you like, oh, I ain't evil no more, doesn't mean that you didn't used to be. Something convinced you that evil was the way to go. I don't want to be friends with that. Exactly. Proud of you from afar. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. You can't be like, oh, like, I'm sorry. I used to hate you bitches, but I'm better now. Oh, you want a cookie, bitch?
You just can't eat at my table. That's all.
Like, bro, listen, I want you to eat, just not with me.
I have a video.
Starve. The fuck? Anyway.
I have a video planning around this because there's a discourse I'm seeing right now from a brown trans man right now that's not Black, but I'm not sure if he's Black or Indian or not, but anyway, I have the video that I was recording last night, and it was about this he was talking about this random 19-year-old that admitted that was white and that he was a trans creator, and he admitted to pretty much being friends with a racist. And I was just like, wow. And he said he tried to play it off like it was nothing deep. Honestly, it was the old me. It was my best Aaron face.
Right?
Well, I'm sorry because like he was just like upset. Like okay, like it was just a mistake in my past. It's not nothing deep. It's no big deal, honestly. And he's just and it's person of color that's trans, and he's just dragging him. Like I'm sorry, but there's no way you could sit at my table because congratulations for admitting that you secretly still believe in your racist past by trying to basically find some sympathy from it. And I'm recording of it because I'm also like, I have a video. Y'all gonna be prepared for tonight because I got some neutrals I've had to block, trans neutrals, because I'm gonna talk more about the racism I experienced in the white LGBT, even from outside of it, from the internet. Because I got some trans neutrals I had to block for saying something similar to this, and even more about Samira as well too. And baby, we gonna get into it. We gonna talk more about this on my account. So please go follow me on TikTok. Jay is so cool. Period.
Listen, now we don't even got to do that at the end. Go ahead, make sure you go ahead. You make sure you promote yourself. Okay.
I'm on
time. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you for coming on here and finishing our part 2 up. Because part 1 has been posted today, part 2 should be posted by tomorrow evening, so that you have both of those together. All right. You see how we only gave you an episode on the 2nd. We're already back on the 11th, and we already gave you an episode, and we still giving you another one. All right. All right. I don't hear them shit.
Y'all.
All right,
y'all some greedy children right there.
Right, you know, saying greedy as hell, but
take a plate, take a plate, take a plate, take a plate.
Should be proud of us.
Let that greed turn into some money because I'm broke and I need some money. But anyway,
gotta keep the lights on.
You know what I mean? Because the light bill is due, baby. But anyway,
the light's about to turn off in a sec. Hold on.
It did the other day when we was recording. Let me stop. No, but it really did.
The last time we recorded, you said the power went out.
Yes, the power really did go out because the nigga ain't paying. And then I paid it, and like 2 minutes later, like it was a bad fucking futuristic movie, they turned the shit back on. Like, yeah, bitch, don't do that again. But anyway,
they was like, hold up, the nigger didn't pay for their Wi-Fi. I mean, for their lights. Hold on, let's hear it.
Yeah,
they made sure for real. They made sure to show that power like that we have over. Like, hey, we want to make sure
was the visa, bitch.
Want to make sure that you Tories know to never play with us again because this is what's going to happen, and they did that.
Listen, they're like, I hope nobody's on oxygen, ho. But anyway, because they was taking that light, but
they said, "Bitch, fuck you to give us our money, bitch."
Listen, they said if you can't breathe, you can't breathe. Maybe it'll make you get your wallet faster. But no, but more than anything, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Jay is so cool for being our special guest host, and as always, being the Earth is Ghetto podcast is the Black Queer podcast. I need y'all to continue to remember that being queer is African, it is indigenous, it is original. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye, horse.
But remember the same thing on YouTube.
Bye. Okay, perfect.